Coming up tonight on UCentral News, a former member of the British royal family has been arrested on suspicion of improper conduct. I'll have the details. Tonight's cold front brings chilly temperatures and high winds. Phoebe Hilliard fills us in on the latest forecast. The new trailer for the next installment of the beloved Toy Story series dropped today. Sam Fraley gives us the lowdown. And Charlotte Hornets star LaMelo Ball was involved in a serious car accident. Luke Underwood tells us what happened. All this and more happening now.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good afternoon, I'm Abby Avers.
And I'm Phil Rodriguez. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
Mustang Public Schools has suspended over 100 students over a student-led protest held during the school day. In a post on X, Governor Kevin Stitt thanked the Mustang Superintendent Dr. Charles Bradley for the disciplinary action, saying, "Free speech is sacred, but truancy robs your future. Stay in school, build skills, and make sure your voice is heard responsibly." The walkout is just one of the several held across the state this month, with multiple districts reporting similar protests.
4 firefighters were injured yesterday battling wildfires that have now burned 300,000 acres in the Oklahoma Panhandle, with Governor Kevin Stitt declaring a state of emergency for the 3 counties most affected. Woodward was one of the hardest hit communities, with 2,000 acres burned and 3 structures destroyed, including 2 at a USDA facility. 4,000 residents in Woodward were evacuated, as well as the entire town of Tyrone in Beaver County. The governor issued a news release saying, quote, "The Woodward fires are about 20% contained. A few homes were lost, and we're keeping 4 injured firefighters in our prayers as they recover after working tirelessly through the night." 3 of the firefighters were from nearby Panhandle town Roston and were injured when their truck overturned while they were responding. The declaration was issued for Beaver, Texas, and Woodward counties, with Governor Stitt saying that additional counties may be added because, quote, "As we head into today and tomorrow, conditions remain dangerous." This concern was corroborated by Deputy Fire Chief Drew Daly from the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, Food, and Forestry.
We are expecting, an emergence of new wildfires again in today and coming days that will prove to be challenging. And we are expecting to see more large fire occurrence on the Southern Plains in days to come.
As of broadcast time today, the Woodward Fire Department says they are still working to extinguish what has been named the 43 fire after the fire began on East County Road 43 in Woodward County. Well, like we said, it's starting to get a little chillier out there today. Phoebe Hilliard, what's going on?
Hello, Bronco. So as Phil said, it is pretty chilly outside, even though the sun is out and the winds are high, which is really messing with that fire threat. Outside, currently, it is 64 degrees, mostly sunny. You might see a little bit of an overcast, but nothing too crazy. Winds are coming in at 12 miles per hour from the west. Humidity is down to 15%, so we're not seeing too much moisture in the air. And it feels like 65, so it's not too far off from what the temperature actually is. Looking ahead, today is the last day for severe fire warnings. We're under a red flag warning, and we're going to get more into that later. It's going to end at 7 p.m., but that does not mean that you are out of the clear because the gusts of wind, miles per hour, crazy, but the gusts are very high, so please remember that. To my people that take Benadryl, get the pack ready because tree pollen and mold is moderate to high. So if your eyes are puffy, just know mold and pollen are on the rise and it's going to get a little bit worse. And to me and mine, happy Black History Month. We love it here. For this and more, join me for your full weather forecast later on. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Phoebe. Tulsa police are investigating a deadly motorcycle crash that happened Tuesday evening on the Broken Arrow Expressway. Officers say 25-year-old Daniel Hill was riding westbound between Yale and Harvard when he reportedly collided with the rear end of a pickup truck. Authorities believe speed may have been a factor in the crash. Hill was pronounced dead at the scene and no one else was injured.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, has been arrested today and released. Thursday, Thames Valley Police said he was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Police had previously said they were assessing evidence related to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Andrew is Queen Elizabeth's 3rd child, and his brother, King Charles, stripped him of the royal title of prince due to his connections to the late convicted sex offender. Mountbatten Windsor has vehemently denied any and all wrongdoing in his dealings with Epstein. King Charles said he is concerned about Andrew's arrest, but stressed, quote, "The law must take its course." The former prince was released around 12 hours after his arrest and is currently under investigation.
The Trump administration is expanding ICE's ability to detain legal refugees. According to a Department of Homeland Security memo obtained by CNN, the department is broadening the federal immigration authority's ability to detain legal refugees who have not yet obtained green cards. The memo cites national security concerns and the need to ensure refugees undergo additional screening. It also calls on immigration officers to arrest and detain refugees who have failed to adjust to lawful permanent resident status 1 year after being admitted to the U.S. Refugee resettlement groups say the move is part of an effort to detain and potentially deport thousands of people who are legally present in this country.
The University of Central Oklahoma School of Engineering is celebrating National Engineering Week. They're hosting activities on campus next week, Monday through Thursday. Monday will be Donuts and Dogs from 8:30 a.m. through 11 a.m. in Howell Hall, room 118. Also in room 118 on Tuesday, there's Taco Tuesday Bingo from 5 to 8 p.m. Wednesday, they're hosting a paper airplane competition from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. in the Howell Hall atrium. And then Thursday, back in room 118, of course, the School of Engineering is concluding their week of activities with a Women in Engineering Lunch and Learn from 11:30 a.m. through 1:30 p.m.
We've been talking about this cooler weather for a couple of days now, and it's finally here.
It definitely feels colder than it really is with that wind blowing on you. Phoebe will have all the details next.
It's time to explore, to come out and play. Our city is waiting, so what do you say? Whether daytime or nighttime, the right time is now. Finding those moments to make you go wow. Amazing new places to fit every mood. Shopping and dining. Did we mention the food? There are green parks and ballparks and water parks too. Museums, attractions, and also a zoo. The modern frontier is the friendliest place. Now is the time for your dreams to be chased.
It's the Roadway Replay.
Time for the lightning round, Brian. Let's rewind your drive to work. How far did your car travel while you checked your phone? 20 feet, 100 feet, the length of a football field?
100 feet.
Oh, sorry, Brian. In just 3 seconds on the highway, your car traveled the length of a football field.
Distracted driving? It's no game.
Hello Broncos, welcome back, and this is going to be your full look at weather. Like I said earlier, it is 64 degrees and mostly sunny, maybe a little bit of an overcast, but nothing too crazy. It's not going to block the UV rays from touching you down. Don't you worry. Winds coming in from the west at 12 miles per hour, and humidity is at 15%. It feels like 65, so like I said before, not too far off. Now, we were warning you guys about this fire. We actually have a live look at it. This is the current state of the red flag warning. The only place that's really not being affected is the southwest. Everywhere else, please be on alert because the wind gusts are going to southeast. So sorry. The wind gusts is going to make it worse. Central Oklahoma, we are at a 32 and surrounding areas reaching all the way up to 45 miles per hour with wind gusts. Panhandle, 28 miles per hour. When you get down to the south, up to 35 miles per hour. So please be safe, be careful, because when the wind picks up, that means that it's going to be harder to contain those fires and keep them at bay. So until 7 p.m. tonight and maybe even until 10 because we don't know how Oklahoma is right now. They're getting kind of angry. Please be careful. Current weather conditions. Oklahoma, we are at a 65, so pretty mild temperatures, nothing too crazy at the moment. As you go lower into the south, Ardmore at 71, but when you go into the north and in the Panhandle, Guyman, man, 45 at the moment. They're wearing their jackets, so we're not even gonna, they're in a bad mood. But as you go into the north, 56 and Ponca City, and then Tulsa is 68, so that's actually not that bad. Tonight, it is going to be 30 and clear, 9 miles per hour coming out of the north. Humidity is at 37, and then a rain chance is only at 2, so it's not that bad. And then really low temperatures tonight, Guyman, man, 19. We're not gonna talk to them right now. In the south, we're gonna stay in the low 30s. Central is going to be 30s, and then as you move up to the north, it is going to be 20 degrees. Wear a jacket tonight, please, especially if you're going to the hockey games this weekend. Please be on the lookout for that. Tomorrow in the morning, it is going to be 46 degrees and cool. It's going to be a little bit overcast, nothing too crazy. But as you get into the noon, it's going to be 64 degrees and sunny, not really a lot of clouds in the sky. So if you want to eat lunch outside, you definitely can. But moving into the night, make sure to get your jacket for the OU and UCO Bedlam hockey game. You're going to need it. It's going to be cold inside and out of the stadium. And looking at the weather in the south, 60s, but as you move up higher, it's going to be in Miami, 48 degrees, Guyman 55, Oklahoma City 57. So it's going to be a pretty mild day tomorrow. 7-day forecast. As you see, as we move further into next week, the temperatures are going to get higher, but at night, just wear a jacket. It's going to be really, really cold. So people at the desk, how are you feeling about those fires right now?
It's kind of scary, and at the same time, I hope that people are all right, but man, my allergies have been killing me because of it. I am way too sensitive to smoke, that's for sure.
Absolutely,
Me too.
It has been truly insane, but we are wishing the best for all those affected.
Please stay safe,
Thank you
guys.
so much, Phoebe.
Of course.
Coming up, Buzz and Woody are coming back to the big screen. Toy Story 5's first official trailer has released.
And Bad Bunny is stepping into a major film role. Sam Fraley has your social media update after the break.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead. Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Hey Broncos, Sam Fraley here with your social media update. Woody and Buzz Lightyear are back again. Pixar released the first official trailer for Toy Story 5 on Thursday. 7 years after the last installment, the gang is reuniting as their jobs are challenged by the electronics kids are obsessed with today. Director Andrew Stanton describes the film as an existential reckoning for toys facing the reality of becoming obsolete in the digital age. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen returned to lead The Voice Cast. Toy Story 5 opens in theaters on June 19th. Music superstar Bad Bunny will take on his first leading film role in the historical drama Puerto Rico. The film, directed by rapper Residente Rez Juglar, centers around Jose Maldonado Roman, a Puerto Rican revolutionary who rebelled against Spanish colonizers on the island and escaped from jail multiple times. Bad Bunny stars alongside Edward Norton and Javier Bardem. The film's release date has not been yet announced. Florida rapper Lil Papa was found dead yesterday in Atlanta from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Lil Papa, known for his lyrical style focusing on topics such as mental health and relationships, was signed to Yo Gotti's label Collective Music Group, whose roster includes artists such as Glorilla, 42 Doug, and Moneybagg Yo. As of today, his death has been ruled a suicide. Season 3 of Netflix's The Night Agent premiered today. The popular action thriller series brings back Gabriel Basso as Peter Sutherland in a new season of exciting adventures. The Night Agent was the most watched show of 2023 and continues to be a fan favorite on Netflix. Now for everything else social media, here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
U2 pays tribute to Renee Nicole Good and the people of Minneapolis in American Obituary, the first track on the group's new EP, Days of Ash. The 6-track EP is out now in advance of a new album due late this year.
Everything that's new is a bit exotic and fun and attractive.
Kristen Bell is a new addition to the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. Bell is set to voice Amy Rose in Sonic the Hedgehog 4, due in theaters in March of 2027. In the games, Amy Rose is a pink hedgehog with a crush on Sonic.
We did this last competition, we went to it, and we moved to New York City.
This was my last one, Mom. I don't want Dad.
I know, but you need a guardian.
I can, if you really need me.
What does really mean?
Right. No, you're right.
Here's your first look at Steve Zahn and his daughter Audrey Zahn in She Dances, about an estranged father and daughter on the road to her final dance competition. Mackenzie Ziegler, Rosemary DeWitt, Sonequa Martin Green, and Ethan Hawke also star. She Dances opens in theaters March 27th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but every time I see Steve Zahn, all I can think about is those Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies from back in the day. How about you, Phil?
I'm sure that's where my 12-year-old would place him. I'm a big fan of him in the Chad Power series on Hulu. He's very funny on that. Also, really underrated movie with Drew Barrymore, Riding in Cars with Boys. Really fantastic.
My favorite movie that he's in is That Thing You Do.
Yes.
Absolutely love that movie, and The White Lotus. So thank you so much, Sam. Coming up, what is happening at the Hamilton Fieldhouse tonight?
And what NBA player got into a car wreck? Luke Underwood will have your sports stories after the break.
Sometimes it makes everything funny. Sometimes it's nothing to laugh about. Weed. It's funny like that. And unlike alcohol, with marijuana, there's no legal limit. So even if you don't feel high, you could get a DUI. No matter how much weed you've had, don't get behind the wheel, because driving impaired is illegal. And that's no joke.
Hooves up, roll Chos. Today's a great day to cheer on the Broncos.
Welcome back to the Pain Train.
Okay, Sean, here's your final question. A train hitting your car is the same as your car hitting a boulder, a brick wall, or a soda pop can.
A brick wall?
At a whopping 20 million pounds, a train will crush your car like a pop can.
Beating a train? It's a game you can't win.
Hello, Bronco Nation. I am Luke Underwood, and let's get straight into your Thursday sports stories. The University of Central Oklahoma basketball teams are in action today. The Broncos are hosting the Washburn Ichabods in back-to-back games tonight. The women's basketball team will play first with the game set to start at 5:30. The Hamilton Fieldhouse is holding these MIAA matchups with tonight's game sponsored by Housing Hype, with the games having the theme of whiteout. The men's basketball team will play second with the game set to start at 7:30. Make sure to head to Hamilton to get your free t-shirt and support the Broncos. The UCO softball team are headed to Topeka, Kansas this weekend for the Washburn Invitational. The Broncos, who are currently 11-4 on the season, went 3-2 in the Cherokee Nation Festival last weekend and are on the road again. But this time, the Broncos will only be playing in 4 games. The first game will be against the Wayne State Wildcats at 10 a.m. on Saturday. The Broncos have had back-to-back on Saturday with the Chos versus Minnesota State immediately after. Central Oklahoma also has 2 back-to-back games on Sunday against the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets and the Rockhurst Hawks. The UCO baseball team will be in action this week with a series against the number 17 ranked Drury Panthers. The 7-3 Broncos are hosting the 4-0 Panthers at Wendell Simmons Field. The first game of the 3-game series will be tomorrow at 3 p.m., with the other 2 games of the series taking place on Saturday and Sunday. We will have the results of that series next week. Over to the NBA, the Charlotte Hornets star point guard LaMelo Ball got in a car crash yesterday. Ball was involved in a 2-car collision in downtown Charlotte on Wednesday afternoon. Ball was not injured in the collision as he was seen getting out of his Hummer and getting into a truck and being driven away. The other driver also appeared to be fine as he was also seen walking around the crash. Details are not available at the second, with the police report not immediately being made available. Now switching to the hometown team, the Oklahoma City Thunder will be in action tomorrow for the first time in over a week due to the All-Star break, which has given all NBA teams a few days off. The Thunder are set to battle the Brooklyn Nets, with OKC hosting the match in the Paycom Center. The Thunder, who have still not been able to have Shea, J-Dub, Chet, Ihart, Dort, and Caruso all play together, need to get healthy, as we are starting to close in on the final stretch of the NBA season. Rumors say Shea could be returning to action tomorrow. As well, they say he could be sidelined indefinitely. If he is back tomorrow, it will be needed for the squad since J-Dub and others are still confirmed to be sidelined. The OKC Thunder versus Brooklyn Nets will tip off at 7 p.m. tomorrow, live from Loud City. The Thunder are going to be back in action tomorrow, but will we see the same team that has been struggling? Phil, Abby, what do you expect of the Thunder game for tomorrow's game?
Hopefully they've had some time to kind of get things together and gel, especially with Jared McCain coming onto the team and everything. They've looked really good when Chet takes over games. If J-Dub is healthy, we still got a good chance. I am worried about SGA, though. I don't know what's going on with that injury.
Yeah, it could be a tough game, but I'm always rooting for our Thunder.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Luke. Coming up, UCO hosted its first ever Honor Band Festival.
And Phoebe will give us our last look at weather after the break.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move to meet our students where they are and get them where they want to go. Over time, thousands of students have made the move to UCO. They come to pursue their passions and find their calling, to improve their lives, families, and communities. UCO moves and motivates students in and out of the classroom. Here, potential takes flight. Our students' curiosity ignites a spark that fuels transformation. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the university that hasn't stopped moving since 1890. In fact, we are gaining momentum. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here.
Wait.
What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
Welcome back. Outstanding high school students and band from across Oklahoma were invited to UCO's first ever honor band performance. Troy Isbell has the story.
On February 13th, UCO hosted its first ever annual honor band performance, inviting outstanding high school musicians from across the state to perform in the Nye University Center.
This is our very first UCO High School Honor Band. These students were recommended by either their band director or their private lesson instructor or a UCO faculty member to join us for a weekend of music making. We like to hold events that bring students to campus. We think it connects Edmond to the UCO community and also would make them consider UCO maybe when they're looking at colleges in the future. So it's a little bit of recruitment, but also giving back. And our students will have been working on 3 different pieces to perform tonight at 7:30 in the Nye ballrooms.
Students spent 2 days rehearsing before their final performance, including splitting up into sectionals where they practiced with UCO professors. And then they're ready to perform. For UCentral, I'm Troy Isbell.
Thank you, Troy. Now we're going to toss it to Phoebe for that last look at weather.
Hello, Broncos. It's the last time you'll see me today, so I'm going to prepare you for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, please make sure to wear a jacket because it will be cold with a little bit of an overcast tomorrow, and the winds will be a little high with maybe a 10-mile-per-hour wind, and it will be 46 degrees. But moving into the afternoon, winds will maybe calm down a little bit. It will be sunny, though, so maybe read a book outside. I know I just got a new one from the local library. Go to Max Chambers. You can still get one. And then at 7 p.m., get a jacket, especially if you're going to that UCO-OU Bedlam hockey game. It will be cold in and out of the stadium. Looking across the metro, it is going to be mild, not too hot, not too cold, just right, like, the Bears said. 57 degrees in OKC, but as you go lower into the south, it is going to be in the mid to lower 60s. But as you move up to the north, it is going to be in the lower 50s, some of them even reaching Miami, 48 degrees, and Guymid, 55. So it's going to be 50s, 40s, and then McAllister and down, it's going to be 60s. Looking at your full weather forecast, starting on tomorrow on Friday, 57, and you're just going to see it slowly get higher as we move into next week, but the nights will be chilly, so make sure that if you have any late night engagements all this weekend, and all through next week, make sure to bring a jacket and a hoodie. That's all I have for you guys today. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Phoebe. Now, I'm very looking forward to this weather these next couple of days, but I'm hoping that the wind calms down.
For sure. Yeah, I think it showed that there was going to be a lot of wind today, not so much in the future, but definitely going to be chilly, and I'm definitely going to that hockey game, and I will definitely be wearing a coat. You better believe it.
Absolutely. Well, unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. I'm Abby Avers.
And I'm Phil Rodriguez. Thanks for watching UCentral News. Have a good one.